can honestly tell you I don't really know what this product does. I really don't. Like, I just bought it because it was on sale, quite frankly. Hello loves, welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we get into all things new, hair products, makeup products, we try it all. In today's video we're going to be trying a not so new but kind of new, like relatively new, not breaking news new, but a new makeup product from Milk. This is their Hydrogrip eye primer, and so we're going to be trying this and seeing how it holds up. So if you're interested in seeing how this product does or how this product performs, to keep on watching. Okay, so my skin has already been moisturized off camera, so I'm gonna start with what I always do, primer. So because I'm using the eye primer, I'm just gonna, for the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in using the all over Hydrogrip primer. This is the first and last bottle that I've purchased, and not that I don't like it, I just feel like there's lots of other sticky primers out there, and that's what this primer is, a sticky primer. And I'm curious to see if the eye primer is the same. So this product has been out for maybe like a couple months, maybe longer than that, but I bought this a while back and I forgot. It just been sitting in a Sephora bag collecting dust. So I was like, you know what, I forgot I got this, I want to try something new. So this is what the primer looks like out of its packaging. I love how green this is. Very sleek packaging. It almost looks like a concealer, and I think you get a pretty good amount inside of it. The base itself is not like a hard plastic, it's a flexible plastic, if you will. And then you unscrew it, and this is what the applicator looks like. It's very sleek to get up under the eye or go across the eyelid, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm not going to use it on my eyes because I'm doing something different with the eyes. We're going to focus on the face, so I'm just going to be using this as a concealer primer because I've never used a concealer primer before. Like, if anything, I kind of like avoid putting too much product underneath my eye to avoid creasing, but this product claims to help to reduce creasing, so I'm going to just see what it does. So I am gonna just blend it in with my finger. It says on the directions, it does say that after you apply a thin layer of it to just blend it in with your fingertips. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just getting it like right in the fine lines I have underneath my eye because that's where I tend to have creasing. It's not really noticeable unless you are like all like this close up on my face, but I notice it a lot and it kind of annoys me, and so I am looking for a way or a method. I'm kind of close to it, but a method to reduce creasing and just have that flawless look. Kind of want to like let this dry down and get tacky. It doesn't really have a tacky texture. It has a very like, I don't know, it has your standard primer. It has your standard eye primer texture, so it's not very sticky. It kind of just, I don't know, it just feels like a thin cream, and I kind of was expecting it to be sticky, so I'm not too disappointed. I'm gonna get started with my routine, and we're just gonna talk about this product for a little bit. I'm not using a Milk concealer, though they do have concealers. I've just never got a chance to buy one, and I didn't buy one before I started filming this video, so maybe one day I will, but we'll just roll with it for now. The primer is $24, and I feel like that is a standard pricing, it feels like, for high-end primers. Like, it's definitely not your e.l.f. where you pay like $1 to $5, but you kind of pay for like similar quality. This claims to be a hydrating primer for eyes. I will say thus far it just feels like a standard primer. It doesn't feel super hydrating, and I noticed that not a lot was coming out when I was dipping it into the tube. So it said to apply a thin layer, so I'm trusting that that thin layer is doing what it's supposed to do. But trust me, honey, I will be getting all my money's worth. It's a hydrating primer for eyeshadow or concealer, and I mentioned that when this video first started, but I'm probably I'm not going to use it for an eyeshadow today, but I'm just primarily testing to see how it works for concealer because I've never used a concealer primer before. And I want to know if it's going to help with reducing creasing that I go through. It says that it's smooth skin and it locks down color for up to 8 hours to help prevent creasing. And that, when it says locks down color, that might be more in reference to eyeshadow than your actual pigment in your concealer. And it helps to prevent fading and smudging. So one thing that I don't necessarily experience with my concealer is fading, but I'm just excited to test the creasing capabilities. Like, is this the answer that I've been waiting for? Oh, but one thing I do have that's by Milk is I have their Hydrogrip set and refresh spray. And so I do just like go in and like spray my face to just freshen everything up before I get to blending out my concealer and everything like that. I can honestly tell you I don't really know what this product does. I really don't. Like, I just bought it because it was on sale, quite frankly. One thing I have found that helps me like with my concealer is blending out with the brush. So I am gonna see if in combination with this concealer primer and this brush that I get the desired outcome. So this is how I'm looking thus far. I will say so far so good, and I don't feel like it's too soon to speak because a lot of times when I blend out my concealer I do immediately see creasing up underneath, and right now I don't see too much. The real test actually comes in when I set my concealer with my setting powder. So I'm gonna finish up my face and then I'm gonna come back in, and by the time I come back to give you like a final update, I'll have had my under eye set for like maybe 30 minutes, and then we can just get into a little 30-minute update. Well, I did my makeup and everything off camera. You know, this is Instagram, TikTok makeup, so never mind the eye. So let's pay attention to the under eye area. So loves, after I used this primer and before I even set my eyes, I noticed there was not very much creasing. So I will say, since you all didn't get to see this part because I did this off camera, that I saw very little creasing, but that's why I wanted to see how I look after I put on my setting powder, because in my experience, in the past like 6 months I've been doing my routine, I've been noticing that like even after I set my eye, even if I do it immediately after putting on my concealer, my under eye creases. So I did say I've been, you know, testing like a good routine to prevent that, and so I started switching over from using a sponge to a brush to blend out my concealer. And then also on top of that, now I'm adding in this because I want to say, guys, that even when I use my brush I still see creasing, and I'm being 100% honest. I know you all can only see so much, but I'm being 100% honest when I say that I do not see any creasing. Now, I guess where the ultimate test is how long this lasts, but for me, I guess I don't test longevity now these days because I just take my pictures and I post them on Instagram and then I go. But I will say right now, it's been about 45 minutes since I applied this and done my concealer and set my under eye and just did everything. And I have to say, this might be worth it. I feel like if you definitely want, if you've been suffering like I've been suffering with under eye creasing like severely, this might be something you want to invest in. Like I said, this is $24 and I got this from Sephora. I'm not even quite sure if Ulta sells it, but I will definitely link it down below if Ulta does sell it and other retailers you can find this. I did also want to mention that this product has like some skincare elements to it. It's complete with hyaluronic acid. A lot of makeup brands have gone hyaluronic acid crazy. I think that adds to the value of this really, because I will say that though it said it was hydrating, it didn't really feel hydrating. Not in comparison to the actual like face, like all over Hydrogrip primer. I feel like when you put that on, you actually feel that hydration on your skin. I didn't really feel it with this, but I will say other than that, it did what it claimed. I didn't test it on my eye. Maybe I will. I really wanted to make sure my look popped out. You know, I couldn't trust that this would get the job done when I was doing a cut crease. I will say that I enjoyed using this. I don't know how long it's gonna last me, but I think the tube is very sleek. I do think that this is worth the investment. $24 might be a little steep for some people, and I completely understand. That's all my thoughts I have on this product. I think it does what it claims, and I think if you are looking for that flawless under eye look, you should definitely get this. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this brief little video. Comment down below. Be sure to subscribe and check out some of my other content, and let's connect further on social. I love you. Stay beautiful and stay safe.